Hello and welcome back to the channel, and I just watched Presence. So the basic gist of Presence is that it's a movie about a haunted house, and really, I think that's about as much as I can say, because that's about as much as there is to say about this film. The film was directed by Steven Soderbergh. Now, some of you guys might recognize the name. He was pretty much responsible for making the Ocean's 11 movies, which are pretty fun, they're pretty entertaining films. I like those films. Once you watch this movie and compare it to some of his other work, especially the Ocean's 11 series of movies, I mean, wow.
Vegas, huh?
Vegas?
Vegas.
Fantastic. The heist is impossible.
What's it like?
We're just supposed to walk out of there with $150 million in cash.
Yeah.
Oh.
The world cracks apart.
The difference is night and day. This movie is going to be really hard to talk about, mostly because there's very little that I can say about it without spoiling the hell out of this movie, and I don't like doing that. I really do not like spoiling things for anybody in my reviews. This is probably going to be the shortest review, or at least one of the shortest ones that I've ever put out, because really I can't say much. Even right now, I'm finding it really hard to find something to talk about it without going directly into spoiler territory. The best way I can describe this movie is a very unique take on the haunted house type of horror movie. Because yes, this is technically considered a horror movie slash suspense movie, because the movie revolves around a house that is pretty much haunted by this presence. And the movie is told all from the perspective of the presence. That is the first thing that I feel like is gonna turn off a couple of people, or at least most people. Who am I kidding? This is gonna turn off a butt fucking load of people. The whole premise around this movie is that we are watching what this family is kind of going through from the point of view of this ghost or presence or whatever you want to call it, right? That's the entirety of the movie. There's no jump scares, there's no typical shit that you would see in every other haunted house movie or really any other horror movie. There's no eerie, stereotypical music that you would think would be in a horror movie. This is the most untraditional horror movie ever, because all the tropes that we kind of know from other horror movies are not present in this. This is a completely different type of horror movie and a completely different type of ghost story. It's a film that requires a lot of patience from the audience, which means that anybody below the age of 30 is probably not going to be able to handle this shit. If you have a short attention span, you should avoid this shit immediately, because this is not going to be for you. I read some of the reviews from normal moviegoers, and it's everything I expected. This movie's boring, it's not scary, nothing scary happens. I completely understand that people that watch this movie and just can't vibe with it, because really, there's nothing necessarily scary in this movie up until the end. By the end of the movie, there is a little bit of creepy eeriness. Like that last scene specifically, I'm like, oh, okay, that's creepy. Okay, I'll give you that movie. The rest of the movie is absolutely chill. The most relaxing shit you'll ever see in the entire year. So in a movie where technically nothing happens, it's very hard for me to recommend. Like, this has been probably the hardest movie for me to recommend. First of all, I really liked it. The performances are great, the directing is very well done, I mean, the writing is good. I mean, this is a great movie overall, okay? So this is not even me kind of shitting on the movie, because I really liked it. When I watch it again, I don't know, maybe in the future out of curiosity, but it's not a movie that I'm really planning to rewatch anytime soon. But I was definitely pleasantly surprised. Like, I was able to vibe with it. But I can't deny that it is a very hard movie for me to recommend to anybody. It's a hard movie for me to recommend to my family. It's a hard movie for me to recommend to my friends. It's a hard movie for me to recommend to y'all. Unless you're somebody like me who really loves movies, not only movies, but just filmmaking in general. If you're somebody that just absolutely loves filmmaking or are an aspiring filmmaker, this is a great movie for you to watch. And genuinely, I do recommend it on that status alone. But if you're just some everyday Joe, then this movie is not for you. Or at least I think it won't be for you, because again, for a horror movie, it doesn't follow any of the traditional tropes or stuff that we are used to seeing in other horror movies. This is the type of movie that if I try recommending it to my sister, she would fucking hate me. She would genuinely look at me dead straight in my eyes and say, "The fuck is wrong with you? Why would you recommend this to me?" This is the type of movie that if I tried recommending to her, she would disown me as her brother. And you know what? I wouldn't even be angry with her about that. I would be like, yep, I completely understand you. If I had to give this movie a rating, I honestly would give it an honest 8 out of 10. I like the style of the movie, the writing again is great, the performances are amazing. It's a completely different take on the typical haunted house story. It's nothing like we've ever seen from any other horror movie, so I respect it in many ways because of those things. But again, also because there really is not much happening outside of, again, the ending of the movie. It does leave a bit to desire. Like by the end, I was like, you know what? This wasn't bad and I really enjoyed my time with this, but there's nothing much I can really attach myself to other than that ending. That ending is like the one thing that I will take from this movie and I will keep and I'll remember for fucking ages. But the rest of the movie is more like I can take it or leave it. Now, would I recommend this to anybody? Shit, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I would recommend this to anybody. I mean, try it out, give it a chance. That's the best thing I can tell y'all. If y'all don't like this, don't come after me like, what was this bullshit? You gotta understand that horror is very subjective. But not only that, I warned y'all, okay? Throughout this entire review, I've been warning y'all about this, so don't come complain to me, okay? This was not my movie. But thank you so much for watching. What did you think of The Presence? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you just kind of in the middle? Did you even watch it? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think about it. And like always, good day, good night, and stay safe.